What if I told you that everything you think you know about reality, the very fabric of existence, is just the surface of a much deeper cosmic design? That somewhere between ancient mysticism and futuristic science lies a hidden knowledge that claims to reveal the true nature of consciousness, matter, and human potential? This is Keylontic science, possibly one of the most fascinating yet controversial spiritual systems to emerge in our lifetime. You've probably never heard of it, but millions around the world are quietly exploring these teachings that promise nothing less than the keys to unlocking multidimensional reality. Today, we're diving deep into the origins, principles, and controversies of this enigmatic system that blends cosmic history, advanced physics, and spiritual awakening into one mind-bending package. In the late 1990s, a woman named Ashayana Dean, previously known as Anna Hayes, introduced Keylontic science to the public after what she described as a 14-year private training period with an extraterrestrial collective called the Guardian Alliance. Yes, you read that correctly. According to Dean, these beings specifically selected and trained her to bring their ancient yet advanced wisdom to humanity at a critical moment in our evolution. But before you click away, thinking this is just another far-fetched conspiracy theory, consider this. Keylontic science has developed a comprehensive cosmological framework that attempts to bridge spirituality and science in ways that continue to intrigue seekers and skeptics alike. Its persistence over 2 decades suggests there's something about these teachings that resonates deeply with people searching for answers. At its core, Keylontic science revolves around Keylonta, defined as the science of light, sound, subconscious symbol codes, and the fundamental building blocks of matter. Think of it as an attempt to decode the programming language of reality itself. The system proposes that our universe operates across multiple dimensions, with human consciousness capable of accessing and influencing these realms through specific techniques and understanding. One of the most distinctive concepts in this framework is the Kathara grid, described as a fundamental energy template underlying all life forms. Followers believe this geometric pattern is the blueprint from which all matter manifests and through which consciousness operates. If you're familiar with sacred geometry or the concept of the flower of life, the Kathara grid represents a similar but more elaborate approach to understanding cosmic architecture. Now, you might be wondering, where did these ideas come from? While Dean attributes the source to non-human intelligence, we can identify several influences from existing spiritual and scientific concepts. Keylontic science draws heavily from New Age traditions, esoteric beliefs in sacred geometry, and even incorporates elements from Rupert Sheldrake's controversial theory of morphic resonance, the idea that forms and behaviors are shaped by fields that carry a kind of collective memory. The historical development of these teachings followed a distinct progression. After Dean's claimed training period from roughly 1982 to 1996, she began sharing these concepts publicly. The movement gained momentum with the publication of her book, The Sleeping Abductees, also known as Voyagers Why, in May 2001. This book introduced readers to ideas about extraterrestrial visitation, alternative human origins, and the foundations of Keylontic morphogenetic science. But here's where it gets really interesting. These teachings eventually evolved into what became known as the MCEO Freedom Teachings, supposedly based on translations of ancient records called CDT plates that began around 1997. By 2013, we see yet another evolution with the formation of Air Hayes Productions, representing a continuation or possible refinement of Dean's work. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. This sounds like pseudoscience at best. And you wouldn't be alone in that assessment. Keylontic science has faced substantial criticism from the scientific community, which generally views its claims as unsubstantiated and its methodology as failing to meet basic scientific standards. Traditional religious institutions have also pushed back, with some even condemning these teachings as contrary to established doctrines. Even in legal contexts, Keylontic science struggles for recognition. In one notable case, an asylum claim based on the practice of these teachings was rejected, with authorities citing vagueness about the belief system and lack of evidence of persecution. Yet despite these challenges, Keylontic science continues to attract followers who find value in its comprehensive cosmology and promise of spiritual evolution. The teachings address fundamental questions about existence, consciousness, and human potential that many find lacking in conventional frameworks. For skeptics, Keylontic science represents a classic example of pseudoscientific thinking. using scientific-sounding terminology to give credibility to unverifiable claims. For adherents, it offers a unified theory of everything that connects personal spiritual experience to a grand cosmic narrative. So where does that leave us? Whether you see Keylontic science as profound cosmic wisdom or elaborate spiritual fiction depends largely on your perspective. What's undeniable is that it represents humanity's ongoing quest to understand our place in the universe and to find meaning beyond the material world. If you found this exploration of alternative spiritual systems fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most intriguing belief systems. Next week, we'll be examining how ancient mystical traditions continue to influence modern scientific thought. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on Keylontic science or suggestions for future topics you'd like to see covered. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, reality might be stranger than we can possibly imagine.